Welcome to the Nutty Knitty Sisters podcast, a podcast about knitting, spinning, and fiber-related creations. We're your hosts,
Julie
and Judith.
You can find us on social media as Nutty Knitty Sisters on Instagram, at Nutty Knitty Sisters on YouTube, and you can email us at nuttyknittysisters@gmail.com.
If you're watching for the first time, welcome, and thanks for joining us.
If you're a returning viewer, welcome back, and thanks for returning. We'd appreciate it if you'd click the subscribe button below so you don't miss any broadcasts.
Click that bell, you'll be notified as soon as new videos are loaded.
Now, grab your knitting, find a comfy spot,
And let's get a little nutty. Hello! Welcome back. It has been a long time since we recorded.
Yeah, well over a month.
Yeah, if not two. It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a long while. And I've not posted any project videos in a long time. I did record one that brings all my project videos up to date to today or last week or whenever I recorded it. But anyhoozle, we're here now. It's been busy. Yeah. How has life in general been for you, Jules?
Like you said, busy. Yeah, just work is kicking my butt, but, I'm plugging along, doing my
One day
thing.
at a time.
That's right.
We did get to have a little fun last month.
Yes, we did. Yes. And that we uploaded that, so
Yep.
everybody should
Posted that video, so if you haven't seen it already,
Yeah, be sure to check it out because it was so much fun.
it was a lot of fun. You had more fun than I did because I overbooked myself and had a volunteer event as well as the crank-in.
Yeah.
So I kind of...
There should be a crank-in every month.
Yes.
There really
Why
should.
not? Let's hold one in your backyard.
Oh gosh. If I had the space, I would.
We should have a local fiber guild kind of thing where
Yeah.
just a bunch of people can get together once a month. Or more often if they want, whatever. We need to get on that. What can I say, Julie?
Yeah.
Just a local
I think that would
fiber
be very
enthusiasts
fun.
club.
There we go.
Yeah. Spinning and knitting and all the things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Weaving and...
So let's see, we're Nutty Knitty Sisters. What would we call that?
Fiber freaks?
Fiber freaks. There we go.
Oh, Lord.
Main fiber freaks.
Main fiber freaks. You heard it here first, folks. Oh. Yeah, life has been pretty...
I mean, we're actually starting to look like spring.
Yes, I have a window open in here, which is really nice. Fresh air.
So nice. We have had so much rain and so much wind.
Yes, it's been super
I am
windy.
sick of the wind.
Mhm.
Sick to death of the wind. Ugh.
Yeah.
But anyway, today's gorgeous, and we got a week stretch here that is supposed to be really nice.
I love it.
Me
I
too.
actually have enough grass out by the deck that I'm going to need to go out and do a little mild weed whacking because
There.
it's starting to get it's growing over the stone
Mhm.
walkway thing, and I think I'm going to have to. And I'm looking right now out at the bluets and dandelions in the backyard.
Yeah.
We're actually starting to get some spring along, so that's nice.
Yep.
Other than that, it's I've been back in the office part-time now, so that's been interesting and fun. I have found a new addiction, Pikmin Bloom. If anybody out there is Pikmin Bloom appers, you know the addiction.
You told me about that. That's right. Okay.
But it is really cool because I now get out on my breaks. I haven't in a while because it's been so rainy and gross, but when the weather's nice, I get out on my breaks and I walk and I plant my virtual flowers with my Pikmin app. And yeah. So it's nice to have, when I go to the office, I don't have all of the distractions of home, laundry on my break, prep dinner on my lunch, all the things that I don't have anything to do on my break at lunches when I'm in the office. So I will then go out and actually walk.
Yep.
And actually do something for me. So
yeah,
that's good. That's fun.
Yep.
The con of going to the office is all of the noise.
Yes.
It's super distracting noise and conversation and
yes, the conversations.
Yeah.
I went in.
I don't know how anybody gets any work done.
Wednesday, I think it was. We had a company meeting, and they had an open invitation for anyone that wanted to come into the office. They gave us breakfast, which was wonderful. And there weren't a lot of people in the office, but still, that
the buzz,
the
conversations,
constant
banter, and everything. Yeah,
because I'm someone who is very easily distracted.
Yes, I'm very easily distracted, but I'm also like, if I can get my laser focus on, I can get stuff done.
Yes,
like give me my focus, and you will get 2 people work out of me. But it's really hard to get that focus when you've got so much going on all around you. And I even put earbuds, like a headset on or whatever, like listen to music or podcasts or whatever to try to keep my focus, but sometimes it just doesn't work. So it's a challenge.
Oh, we do have a change coming up at work already.
Oh, fun.
Moving to another team already.
Oh, well, there.
But so
is that thing you were saying you wanted to go to?
Yes, it's a new kind of initiative that we're focusing on brand new clients. So,
yes. Awesome. Good deal.
Yeah, I just find the tenured clients can come up with so many bizarre and off the wall things, and I find it I have a hard time being a jack of all trades, master of none.
You want to be master of all trades and
no, I would rather. I like to do something really well. Yeah. So if that means I can only do a couple of things, but I can do them very well. Yeah. I would much rather do that.
Same.
Than have to just kind of half good do everything.
Yep. Same.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a struggle I'm having going back to my role now, is that we are doing more than we did this is the role that I did prior to pandemic, and now I'm going back to it now that one of the projects I was on is no longer necessary. I'm back to kind of my old job. But my old job is completely rebuilt and revamped, and there's a lot of other things going on with it that I didn't do in my role previously. So it's completely new, and there's a lot of things you need to know just enough to be dangerous about all of them.
Yep.
And I used to have a very specialized, like the way that our team functioned, we had a lot more people on the team for one, and everybody kind of had their niche.
Specialty.
And, this person might go out on vacation, so you might be backup for them. So you might work that work type a little bit occasionally and know just enough to be, deadly. But you kind of had your own thing.
Your expertise.
And now we're all just kind of doing everything. And so you have to learn, you have to know enough to do the job correctly on many, many different things. And it's a lot of balls to bobble.
And then when, like right now, ideally, we work off of a book of business. So we have, a set number or set book of clients that we do. And ideally we're supposed to have maybe around 60. I'm up to 86 right now, and
that's a lot of work.
I just struggle to feel like I am doing a good service to that many clients. It
when you feel spread that thin, you don't feel like you can give everybody the attention they deserve.
Right. And then you get a couple of substantial projects thrown in there with a couple of those clients, and it becomes, for me, to be that all over the place with that many things, I really do struggle. This old brain doesn't work the way it used to.
Obviously, I'm the same way with my Whippageddon going on here. Yeah. too much. Overwhelm is
Oh gosh, and
a real
overwhelm will put me
challenge
right
to me.
into analysis paralysis
Yes.
and all the other
Yes.
things, you know?
Yep.
So, yeah, I try to remember, okay, I might be seeing an elephant right now, but just take one little bite.
Yes. But that's
It's
really hard to do.
It is.
Those blinders are not comfortable.
Yeah.
You always know there's things in the peripheral that you're not doing so that you can do what you're doing.
Yep.
And just the sheer thought that something else is falling through the cracks is debilitating.
Yep.
Absolutely debilitating.
And I've always kind of struggled with anxiety, and that doesn't help.
We're
and
not
then,
all alike, are we?
and I just made a decision the last year or so here to not be on medications for anxiety.
Good for you.
Figure a way, you know, make it work, but get off these medications for it.
That's hard.
It's hard because I do notice the difference.
Yeah.
I have a quicker tilt bar than I used to have.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's a work in progress.
It's hard, you know. I mean, there's reasons why those medications were founded, and you know, I'm sure they do a world of good for you know, for a lot of people.
Yep.
But you know, it's not for everyone.
No,
and when
it's
you
a
know
very
it's not,
personal choice.
Yep.
You know, and
when you know it's not right for you, you know it's not right.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
So even though I've been, I've been not taking them for really months now, I can't believe the residual effects.
Yeah.
That there are still occasionally some residual effects. Just that it shocks me.
Wow.
But yeah.
Well, that's life then.
That's life.
in general. That's life in general at the Nutty Sisters.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about it. I think I hear my husband coming home. I hear car doors and slamming and grunting outside. Either that or there's a bear home. Nope, that's my husband. So shall we go on to knitting?
Sure.
Get on to some.
Yes.
After all, it is a knitting podcast.
Yes.
Right. All right. Let's do it.
Let's.
Well, before we do that, is there anything upcoming events? Like, do we have anything on the horizon?
Yes, we do. The first weekend in June.
Fiber Frolic is back. Yes.
In person.
Yes.
Fiber Frolic.
Finally.
I am so excited.
A local fiber event.
Yes.
Something we don't have to drive out of state for.
Yeah. Speaking of out of state, I was so tempted to take off tonight and go to Maryland. I wanted to go to the Maryland Sheep and Wool so bad.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's like 11 hours plus a little to drive it.
Oh.
So you know that it's going to be well over 12 hours by the time you stop for some breaks and gas and all those good things.
Yeah.
And, you know, even if I left at 8:30, 9 o'clock tonight, I'm going to get there mid-morning. I'm going to spend the day, and then I'm going to be exhausted. And I didn't book any place to stay. I was going to fly initially. But yeah, I wonder
if there's an Amtrak that goes down that way.
I don't know. I did get the, this is how serious I was thinking about it.
Oh, look at that.
I ordered that maybe a month ago. I was seriously considering, but I figured, okay, it's just not falling into place this year.
And if you've got to force it, it's just not right.
Right.
Oh,
So next year I'm going to plan. Andrea's Mallory's gonna be there.
Shut up, really?
And Nitty Natty's gonna be there. So I really kind of wanted to go, but hopefully they'll go next year.
Yeah.
Please,
Yes,
ladies, if you watch us at all.
Well, we have to, now that things are starting to open up and kind of go back to normal, we'll have to start planning ahead to do some things like that. Yeah.
Yeah, like Shetland Wool Week.
Oh, don't get me started with that.
I don't think it's going to happen this year.
No.
For me, anyway.
No,
I don't see how I can.
Yeah.
And I wanted to so bad, but yeah, it's
we
probably
will.
going to be
We'll
a
get
next
there.
year thing.
We'll get there.
Yep.
So that's the events, Fiber Frolic.
That's all that I know, like within the next month.
We'll make sure to get some footage of Fiber Frolic and share that.
Yep. We did have local yarn store day last weekend.
Yep. OIS day.
Yep.
I didn't participate because what was going on last weekend? I had the kids.
Yes.
I had the kids all weekend, Friday and Saturday. So,
yep.
Yeah.
I'll share a little something later.
Yep. So that was upcoming events. And yeah. So on to the knitting. What we usually do, FOs first?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, let's do FOs.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! Look at what she's wearing. It's so pretty.
I am so happy with it. It's my sea glass sweater.
But let's be honest, you weren't
I wasn't happy
initially
with it.
happy with it.
And I'm trying to remember who was this? Woolen Pine Designs. That's who this was. Woolen Pine Designs. So yes, initially when I finished it, I was not very happy with it.
You weren't sure it was going to fit very well.
Right. I did it. Well, I guess I could. We'll try it. See if it makes any difference. So I initially stopped it like right in here. Was going to do it pretty close to the cropped version that it talked about. I knew I wouldn't be comfortable, so I went ahead and did the longer length. I also, when I tried it on, the sleeves. The sleeves were more like a 3/4 length, and I didn't mind that. I don't mind 3/4 length sleeves, but I had thought that I had done it so that they were going to be longer sleeves. So when I tried it on right after I did it, it was a little bit more snug than I really felt like I would be comfortable with. And they're just those little things that made it kind of like, not so great. But blocking is magic.
Magical.
It is magic. Everything settled. Everything grew just a little bit. And now it fits like I made it for myself.
Custom made sweater.
Yes. The only things I would say now, and really it's only just one thing, is it doesn't have any decrease or shaping for the sleeves in the pattern. I think if I was to do it again, which I just might, I think I would put a little bit of decreases from the elbow to the wrist. I don't mind this, but I'm just concerned I'm going to catch it on things a bit much.
And, if you wear it in the winter, it could get a little breezy.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. Overall, I am extremely happy with it, though. It's a great pattern, written well, lots of guidance and, tips. There's different ways that you can do it. I did mine more of a stripy effect. I just wound 2 great big, huge, magic knot balls. And I carried the pink was the main color, carried that throughout, and just knitted right from that magic knot ball. Let the colors change as they changed. And that's one version. You can also do it where every row, you change the contrast color, and that gives it more of a, it doesn't give it a stripy effect.
Yeah.
It's more of a speckly all over.
Like a Marley kind of thing.
Yeah. And I really like that look too. So,
and you can do it not like you did one common color held throughout.
Yep.
But you can also do it with all different colors.
Yes. All the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
That's what I think I'm going to do with my yarn shawarma.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to do the tea. That's the fingering weight version. And I'm just going to take 2 of my shawarma balls because there's like 4 or 5 different colors in each ball, and just start and just go until it's gone.
Yeah. I mean, there's some beautiful versions of it out there. I just think, and Kinsley fell in love with it.
Yeah.
I was almost done with it, and she asked if that was for her. Oh no, this one isn't. Can I have it? I said, well, it's going to be too big for you.
Do they have a kids version?
They don't, but I don't see it's the technique really that makes it what it is. And I think I could just take another basic child sweater and use that technique. Yeah. I think I'm going to try it because I have so much of my yarn that I used in this left. I think I might have to order a couple more balls of the pink to hold throughout, but yeah, I think I could make twinnies.
Cool.
Or what are they calling it now? Twinkies? Did you hear?
No, I haven't heard that.
I was watching a YouTube from someone, from one of a Kate is who it was. And she was talking about Twinkies, how her and More Thunder were Twinkies. And I thought, okay, wait a minute. The context you just said that is that you were twinning, but now it's called Twinkies instead of twinning. Okay.
I am out of the loop, folks.
Me too.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So you have some other FOs,
I have
right?
other FOs. I have other FOs. Yes, I do. So I have. I don't think I showed these last time. I don't think so. I had them done.
No.
So these are the Weasley Homestead socks. And you know what? I can't remember whose pattern it is. Isn't that awful? Oh, shoot. We'll have to put that in.
Yep.
But anyway, I think you can see the texture there. Easy pattern, but enough that there's some interest there. So it kept me going, kept me interested. The yarn is Done Roving, Frolicking Feet in Sea Moss, I think was that colorway. And I love them.
I love the texture.
Yep.
I love that pattern.
Yeah. It's not a difficult repeat at all, but it's enough to keep you interested. So that's those. And then I have CSM socks.
Crepe socks.
Yes. So these were on, and how am I?
The camera's on the phone up there.
There we go.
Yep.
Okay. So these are on my 60 cylinder Earl Barker Gerhardt CSM. It's got 3-1 mock rib for the leg. Of course, I put a little design detail in here.
Air conditioning for your ankle.
Yes. I forgot to close up when I would transition from 3-1 mock rib and transition back to stockinette. I forgot to close that out. So I have air conditioning just above the heel.
It's intentional airflow for your feet.
It's cute. I don't mind it at all. It's cute. And it's got the
hung hem.
Hung hem, yep. So I like that hung hem. It gives it a nice clean, almost like a tubular cast on edge there.
A sturdy,
good
sturdy cuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think I did, if I remember right, it was 50 rows on the leg, 60 rows on the foot, the whole sock done on a sock machine.
Even the heel and the toe.
The heel and the toe, the whole thing.
That's awesome.
So yeah, pretty cool. It's nice to have that option. I like hand knitting socks, but I like the idea that if I want to crank out some socks, I don't want to have to spend 2 weeks on the socks. I want them in a day or two.
Yeah.
My goal.
And you can get through some stash.
Like
you can really get
that was the idea with getting the CSM.
Yeah.
I have tons.
Or if you've got a last minute gift, just pull an all-nighter and crank out a pair of socks for someone.
Once I get proficient at it, I don't see why I can't get a pair of socks in 2 hours.
Yeah. I was going to say a couple, 3 or 4 hours.
Yep.
Yeah. Because
right now it takes, I mean, I've only done, 3 total pairs of socks, one which I've ripped out. But yeah, a couple of hours for that one sock. So once I get good at it, I should be able to cut that in half.
And if you decide you like to just do tubes, like if you find a good afterthought heel pattern, you can just cut in a heel and hand. I wouldn't mind hand doing my
the heels and toes.
Yeah,
definitely. And that's one of the things that I first said I was going to. The reason I was getting the CSM is just crank some tubes and then put in my heels and toes. So I can certainly do that. I've even found some resources where you can do that afterthought heel in different ways. So if you're having trouble with an afterthought heel, because it's not my preferred. The heel flap and gusset fits me best, like it the best. But I can't. Those that I made, they fit and they work just fine. But you can do deeper heels and things like that to make that fit even better. So it'll just be something I play with, a work in progress.
Yeah. Yeah. Crank some tubes and try some things out, right?
That's right. That's it for whips for now.
FOs. That's it.
Oh, FOs.
Yep.
Yeah, FOs.
Okay, I have a few.
A few.
It's your
show.
So I think the last time that we met, I was working on this little cotton cardigan for Lincoln. I can't remember if I had decided to get rid of it or not, but it's up there. I'm angry at it. It's on timeout.
You don't want to be angry.
Well,
on the angry side.
I reknit the back 3 times and it's still not right. I still have to rip it out and redo it.
Uh-huh.
I've done 2 sleeves and they're both wrong, so I've got to rip those out and redo them.
Oh,
and it's
fighting you.
Yeah. And I think when I went into it thinking light fingering, size 3 needle, sweaters, this is going to be a slog, and I didn't go into it with the right mindset. So I'm putting it aside, and I was going to make one for Dylan in the same yarn but a pink pattern, a pink color, and I just decided I'm going to set them aside for now, and I'll pick it up. I am not saying that I'll frog it because
you might revisit.
yeah, I might. We'll see. So the next thing that I did after frogging those is I did a brioche hat. I don't have the hat because it's been gifted, but I did a brioche hat with some Red Heart acrylic yarn just to try the brioche.
It's colorful. I like that.
Yeah, it turned out really, really fun. I made it. We drove somewhere. Where did we drive, you and I? That I did this. Oh, we went to get your sock. Oh, we went to get your sock machine. Yeah. And it was a day, and I had it done. It was just a few hours in the car, and then a few hours at home, and it was done. So it was pretty quick and easy. Brioche is not as bad as you think it is. So yeah, I did that, and I gifted the hat to Kayla because she fell in love with it. And the next, and the pattern that I used for that was a pattern included in Brioche Knitting Made Easy with, and I'm going to butcher this, I'm sorry, Mercedes Tarasovich Clark. It's a Craftsy class, and the pattern is included in that class.
Cool.
So the next thing I did was Touchstone by Laura Aylor, and this was knit in Udazzle Fall Harvest, and then there was another yarn by, and I'll put some pictures in here of the finished garment, but there was not a ball band. There was not a tag on one of these yarns, so I don't know what it was, but it was from Roving. So this is the Udazzle. This right here. Yeah, it's got sparkle in it. So all of this garter section right here is the Udazzle. And then you have another section here of this kind of fuzzy yarn. And it looks like the same Udazzle, but maybe with mohair in it.
Or is it really soft? I wonder if it was the Creosilk.
Nope, I have Creosilk. I've worked with the Creosilk before, and it wasn't Creosilk. It looks like Udazzle, but it looks like it's, I mean, look, it's very similar.
It's got a chainette strand in it, though.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. She did have some, almost like one-of-a-kind bases there for a while.
Yeah.
I think it might be one of those.
It might be one of those, yeah. Because I know that she didn't have very many of them, and none of them had tags. It was when you first
Oh, yes, they were discontinued bases.
Yep.
Yep.
But this is Touchstone by Laura Aylor, and it is
so
huge.
And so pretty.
But it is so
it's soft.
Comfy and warm and amazing.
Especially this fuzzy spot here. It's so soft.
Yeah. Yep. So these were some yarns that I got when you opened your shop, and I love them. They're very much my colors. And I went out and found a pattern that would work for the yarn yardage I had, and this was it, and it's beautiful. So that is that one. And then the next finished object I have is I decided to kind of bump up on the list a sweater because Andrea Mowry was having her March to May make-along. So I did pink velvet.
And it's gorgeous.
It's so pretty. This is pink velvet, and it is made in done Roving. her Yakety Yak base. It is merino, yak, and silk. I think it's 60-20-20 merino, yak, and silk. The orange color is spice. The blue is blue bonnets.
And the drape is amazing.
The drape is amazing. It's soft. It's so next to skin, like butter.
Yeah.
It's so amazing. I did run out of the blue bonnets and had to do the hem. You can kind of see the hem is just a little bit different. That was Prussian blue, I think. The hem and the hem on the sleeves. Now I am getting a little bit of pilling from it. I've worn it
so soft.
3 or 4 times, but yeah, the silk in it alone will make it pill. So I think it's one of those things that, you know, once the initial pilling is kind of rubbed off, it'll be fine.
Yeah, and yak being so soft.
You're gonna get some pilling with soft yarns. Yep. So that was the next one. After that, and then I finally finished what I call the Yarny socks. These are Regia Design Line Lofoten, Design Line by Yarny and Carlos Lofoten, in the colorway Henningsvær. And so I did get both of them done, and there they are.
That self-patterning is just magic.
I know. They're so cool. Yeah. They are a dream to wear.
Oh, and they wear.
Regia
yarns
so good.
Just wear so good.
Yeah. So I did finally get those done. Those were my car knitting, doctor's office, you know, stranded knitting.
The lady in waiting knitting.
Lady in waiting knitting. I like that. And then I did. Gorgeous. I know. I did the Crofter's Cap. So this is the one that I did a couple of years ago, when Crofter's Cap first was released, when the pattern was first released. So that was the very first rendition. And I wasn't thrilled with the way that this line is just so prominent, and I felt like it didn't really showcase the pattern very well. I wanted
showcases that line,
but not
the overall pattern.
Yeah. So I thought there must be a different way to reorient the yarns to make it pop more. So I used the exact same yarns, and these were all like scraps and leftovers. And I made another one, and this one turned out so much better.
Yeah.
So much better. And it's so funny how absolutely different. The exact same yarns, and it's just the way that they are placed.
You hardly even notice that there's blue in this original. And in this one, blue just pops.
Yeah. It's crazy. It was an experiment, and I absolutely am thrilled with the results. Yeah. It's just so cool to see how, and I knew it would be different because you can see the different in other people's projects.
But that's dramatic.
To see the exact same yarns, just crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy cool. And then
did you use up all those yarns then? Or
I didn't. I have it
really
there. I have a very teeny tiny bit left of a couple of them that I just put in my repair socks with kind of thing, you know. So the next one I did was The Shift by Andrea Mowry, and this is made in Stonehenge fiber mill. Crazy, no two are alike, sport weight yarn.
Cool.
So there's the label. Really cool. And it is really, really cool yarn. So soft. I think I got my first skein of this at Knitwits in Portland on the yarn cruise. And then we went to, I think it was Rhinebeck. And there was a booth there. I can't remember the booth, but they had a bin that they were clearancing this yarn. And I got like 10 skeins of it. They were only like $13, which is a steal.
Yeah.
So I got a ton of them. And I love the way it turned out in this pattern. It is so stinking
good.
pretty. This is the back. And so you can see it's kind of starts, the construction of the cowl starts here. And you kind of go out and then you decrease. And then the two are sewn together. And it is just amazing. It is the perfect amount of fabric on the back of your neck without being overly bulky. It just is lovely. It is so lovely. You know, now that it's getting warmer, I am going to miss.
Yeah, the cozies.
Yeah. So that is the shift. And I have another one on the needles we'll talk about during FOs. The next pattern is Appalachian. I didn't realize at the time, but it's by Laura Aylor as well, who did Touchstone.
Oh.
And this is it. Oh my god.
Yeah.
This is so
nice.
Pretty.
Mm.
And it was so fun to make. The yarn is Pleasant River Yarns right here in Maine. She's in Addison, Maine. I'll try to get a close-up of her label here. There it is. And it is 100% alpaca. It is the softest thing on the planet. It's so squishy and amazing. When I purchased the yarn, I remember now that I've finished the project, I remember she said that she knit it with 2 strands held together, which is why I purchased so much yarn. Because it is DK weight and the pattern is for worsted.
Oh, okay.
But I only held 1.
Oh.
I did the DK according to the pattern with, I didn't gauge swatch. Who gauge swatches?
For sure.
So I just did the recommended needle and the DK weight, but
If you held that double, can you imagine how big
it would have been a schlanket.
Yeah.
So I'm and this is so it's warm, but it's not
Smothering.
super overweight.
Oh God, that is so
it's a cloud, right?
God.
So I'm kind of glad I messed it up because it's perfect.
Mm.
And I have enough yarn to make another one.
Woohoo!
Because it took 2 skeins. There were 4 different colors. There's this really light, almost natural color, this light brown, a little bit darker brown, and then the chocolate brown. And I have 2 skeins and a wee of each one of the colors left. So I can actually make a whole.
And these are the natural fiber colors from the different color alpacas, right? They're not.
I believe so.
They're not dyed.
I think they're dyed.
I don't think they were either.
I don't think they were. They had no color lot on them or anything.
Yeah, I think that's just the regular fiber.
And we got this from her. She was at the Machias Fiber Festival, and she said she hadn't been to a festival in a while. She was just the sweetest, sweetest lady.
Yeah.
Corinne was her name.
Oh, okay.
Sweetest, sweetest lady. She was so kind and so sweet. And I remember when, I told her, she had a sample and I told her I want to make that.
Mm-hmm.
And so she told me everything, all the yarns that I would need, how much I would need. And she gave me my total and she's like, is that okay? I'm like, it's fine. She was just adorable and so sweet and lovely. And this shawl is as well. The only bad thing about this is it is so warm. I have to wait until fall to wear it again. But it's lovely. And then I did a wee bit of spinning. So this kind of pours over into FOs. So this was one of my Paradise Fibers Fiber of the Month Club boxes. This was the August 2021 box. And
love that yarn.
I know, it's so pretty. This is the white is merino mulberry silk and the purple is merino tussa silk. No, reverse that. Merino tussa is undyed. The purple colorway is Storm and it's merino mulberry 80/20. So I spun the undyed on one and the purple on the other and then plied them together.
Talk about spin cycle.
No, I didn't. I spun as I was spinning the natural, here and there I would add a little bit of the purple. That's how I did it.
Oh, okay.
Here and there I would add a little bit of the purple. So I'd just be spinning along with the natural, and I'd grab a tuft of the purple and spin it in.
Mm-hmm.
And then go back to the natural.
So that way you didn't have just a full-on natural color.
Yeah.
Ply. You had a little bit of color here or there.
Yeah. And I did that on 2 different bobbins, and then I applied those 2 together. And that gave me this fabric.
So cool.
It is, and it was spun to a chunky, bulky weight. And this was the suggested pattern in the fiber box. It is a little tiny sweater.
So cute.
Just a little, it needs buttons. It's the last finishing touch. But this little lacy detail on the back, whoops, almost dropped it right in your face, is so cute. And then because I had so much left over, I just did a very basic little cap. So I don't know who it's for. I have no babies in my life, but I will add some buttons and put it in the gift box.
That's right.
The last thing is some more spinning. So this was from my Paradise Fibers Fiber of the Month October box, and it suggested this pattern. This is actually a paid for pattern, but it's Cozy Pumpkin Vibes, and it is by Stacy of Fit Food Art Shop. And it actually has like 7 or 8 different little pumpkin patterns. Just different variations and things. And there's different variations of the patterns themselves. So this one you can do without the dimples. Then it's just a big round pattern. Or you can do the dimples and it kind of,
gives it the ribbing.
Yeah. Yeah. And squishes it down a little bit. So this monthly box came with their Creepy Corydale. I can't remember what this colorway was, but it had this colorway and a purple colorway and a bag of neps. And it had a bag of this acrylic, like, stuffing that mimics crimp. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it like mimics the crimp of a
looks like
a regular
wool.
shrimp. Yeah, shrimp. Sheep. Good grief.
Sheep crimp.
Shrimp. Oh Lord. So that's what I stuffed the pumpkin with. So this was spun into a bulky, 2-ply bulky, and that's a cinnamon stick for the
so cute.
The stem. And then it also came with these bags of this bag of these little green olive colored wool neps. And so I put the other half of that green Creepy Corydale on the blending board, and I put the neps in, and then I put more of the Creepy Corydale, and then I rolled it off into a roll log and spun it. And I put the neps far too thick. And as I'm spinning, there were neps going ding, 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 all over the house. As I plied it, they were ding, ding everywhere. As I knit it, they were going everywhere. It was a thing. But I made a bumpy, lumpy pumpkin. And then I went out and I just grabbed a stick from a tree out back and made the stem. So
that's the Nep Storm pumpkin.
That's the Nep Storm pumpkin. I've learned a valuable lesson about neps. A little goes a long way. So the final colorway that's in there, I still have to make pumpkins out of, is this. I think this was called, this was Baroness something or other. The pink, the green one was Professor Pumpernickel, I believe.
Oh.
So this one is the last one that I have to make pumpkins out of. So there's a little spinning and FO for you. I think that's it. I think that's all my FOs. That's all my FOs.
Wow. I think that's
That's a lot, right?
That's a lot, yeah.
All right, whips, Jules.
Whips, well, I'm working on one. When I did my Rhinebeck sweater for, was it 2019? I think it was 2019. Or was it 2020?
No, this was this last one.
Oh, this was this last
2021.
one. 2021.
Yeah.
I did the Spark cardigan by Andrea Mowry, and it was
We
finishing
were
it
sitting in
just
the
inside the
entrance.
gate of Rhinebeck. I was finishing off the sweater, so I hadn't got the belt done. So that's what I'm working on here, and I have to say, it's time consuming. Of course, if I was smaller, it wouldn't be so time consuming. But anyway, the construction of this belt is really cool. It's like 2 layers, but you're not doing it as double knitting. I'm going back and forth and back and forth, and it's basically like an eye of partridge heel, but it's got enough that it doesn't give too much, but it gives a little, so it's got the firmness. It's just, I think it's going to be perfect for a belt.
I think it is like double knitting. Like when you double knit, all of your stitches are on one side.
Yeah.
But you're knitting one, which is your forward facing stitch, and you're slipping one, which is your backward facing stitch.
Yeah.
And then when you turn it, you're doing the opposite, so that you're knitting that backward stitch.
Yep.
Backward facing stitch is now forward facing.
Yep. I just think it's genius.
Yeah.
You know, I always love that nice squishy heel that the eye of partridge gives to the heel of a sock.
Yeah.
But it's brilliant for a belt.
Yeah. Yep.
So I've got a ways to go, but I'm plugging away on that. The other one.
What I love about it is rather than going in the round, like if you were going in the round, it would be very helical.
Mm-hmm.
When you're doing it this way, it's going to remain flat.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a tube. It's not going to roll up.
I'm not going to end up with a big fat.
Right. And all of your stitches are all facing the same way. Whereas if you were going helical,
it would be spiraling up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And so it is much different than doing it a circular belt, but you're getting that double fabric out of it without that. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
Love it.
I thought it was just brilliant.
I can't wait to make mine.
And let's see, the other one then is, let's be very careful with this. So I cast on, I think it was last weekend, I cast on the Inclinations cowl by Andrea Mowry.
Ready?
So I had thought about wanting to do, I got the pattern when she released it because I really liked it. I haven't done the shift, and I wanted to do the shift, but the Inclinations was, I think she called it half Fisherman's rib. And I've been wanting to try that. I had not done it yet. So local yarn store day was Saturday. So I went to our local yarn store in Belfast, Heavenly Yarns, and went looking for yarns. So new to me, but it's a local Maine yarn person. Island Girl Yarn. Let's see up here. Yep, Island Girl Yarn. Hold it still, Julie. She's in Westport Island, Maine at islandgirl.com, islandgirlyarn.com. And this is a 100% superwash merino wool. This colorway is mermaid hair.
Oh my god.
It's so pretty. Look at all those colors.
Ugh.
They're just
Look at
beautiful.
That's the sweet spot for focusing. You notice how that just...
Yeah, it went right in on it. Yeah. So that one is mermaid hair. This is sport weight. 100 grams is 325 yards. This one is Sea Nymph, and that is so pretty too.
Oh yeah. Oh,
really
that's
pretty. I love it.
And the two together,
yeah.
Oh my god.
I was surprised. I actually thought I had done a little better job with the contrast. I was kind of expecting it to do more of a fade type effect, like her her sample, her photos show in the pattern, and it's not doing that. So that was kind of a surprise. It's almost got like a pixelated look or whatever.
Pretty though.
But it is pretty. I do like it. It's just not the effect I thought it was going to have.
I don't know whether it's the yarn or the pattern, but the stitch definition.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see every single one of those little V's. It's so pretty.
I think that's part of the half fisherman's rib too.
Yeah.
It's very pronounced with that stitch. But the yarn.
Oh my God, it's so soft.
It is so soft.
Oh,
it's going to be
squishy.
And half fisherman's rib is just really squishy, and it reminds me, you know, the squishiness of brioche. It reminds me of that.
Yep.
Haven't done brioche yet. Don't have an interest in brioche yet.
It's easy.
I know. But this is a story. I had all of section 1 done and was getting ready to go to the next section. And I have a little 7-pound, she's called a Chion. She's a Chihuahua Papillon mix. And I have a black cat. And they have very much a love-hate relationship. More hate lately than love. The
Spring
cat
is in the air.
Yeah. The cat makes any move. It's so funny to watch the cat now try to walk across the room because she slinks like she's on a mission, you know, like she's stealthily trying to. Yeah, exactly. Expect that music to play. She's trying to be stealthy so the dog doesn't detect her, because if she goes by, that dog is right after her. Well, she decided she was going to get up behind me on the back of the couch.
Oh boy.
And the dog was beside me. Actually, I think she was on this side. And up over the knitting she went and yanked the needle right out. I have not done half fisherman's rib before, so I had a miserable time trying to figure out how to pick up the stitches, especially on the sides, because you have I-cord on one side.
Yeah.
And I had a horrible time. I have a little hiccup there. Got it back on the best that I could, and it does have a little hiccup in it, but I'm off and going again now. Into section 2.
Bad Calla.
I had the hardest time not unleashing on her, but she's a dog.
Yep.
There's a cat. I get it.
And I can't even talk to Julie too close without Calla comes after me.
Oh yeah, she's a mama's girl. She's
we were going through. You were getting rid of some clothing one time, and we were going through the clothing because I was seeing if there's things that I might want to take before it went to donation, and.
You went to reach for one?
Yeah, I went to reach for a pair of jeans and I almost lost my hand.
And she's just a little
she's a little tiny puffball, but she is all bite.
Yeah. And it's, you know, it's hard with little dogs. Everything is bigger than them, and so they have to try to
little dog complex.
Yep, they have to try to defend themselves at every turn, but
it's kind of a spoiled, rotten brat.
Oh, she is.
Sarah, if you're watching, comment below what your thoughts on little Miss Calla are.
I think
Julie's
jealous.
daughter.
Both of my daughters. Cassie's warming up to her.
Yeah.
But both of them are not
Sarah's
particularly fond of her. Yeah. They're jealous.
Too funny. Too funny.
So I think that is really the only 2 active whips I have. I still have a couple other socks that need their mate, and I think I showed that, you know, there's a project I'm going to frog, and there's some other things there, but these are the 2 active whips for now.
All right. I only have, but I really have more. I only have really 2 active. I mean, I've got the other pumpkin that I'm doing. I'm trying to get caught up on my Paradise Fibers Fiber of the Month Club boxes, because it's not a ton of fiber. It's really, you know, they give you enough to do a project or, you know, to really enjoy the fiber. So the projects that they include are fairly small, and I'm trying to get through some of those. So I think I'll always have a Paradise Fiber project on the needles. So I have those that I'm doing, and then I started another sock because I always have a sock going. Oh, mint. Guilty. Mint wrapper in the sock bag. This is Regia Lafotaine design line by Arnie and Carlos. And this one is Oh, I don't know what it is. Their colors.
Is it sand or La Fountain? What?
No, their colors have a number. But when you put that number into Ravelry, it does give you the name of the color. I just don't remember what this one is.
Okay, I thought maybe they had it underneath where
No.
just no. Huh,
No. Oopsie.
Oopsies.
Yeah, so I don't know, but this is it. This is the yarn.
Pretty.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
so
those colors.
pretty.
Reminds me of blueberry pie.
I know. And this is how it's turning out so far. I did a little bit of this. Oh, that was kind of an exciting life event. My husband, out of the blue, got tickets to Riverdance. So Tuesday night, we went and saw Riverdance in Bangor
cool.
for their one-night show in Bangor.
Oh, awesome.
It was amazing.
Aren't they just incredible?
So good.
Oh,
so incredibly good.
Yeah.
We had such a good time. Even Michael enjoyed it. And
Good
yeah, he was like, well, let's go watch your flogging and clogging. He was not into it, but afterwards he really enjoyed it.
Nice.
So I did a lot of this during intermission and before the show. But yeah, it's turning out really, really cool.
Yeah. Oh,
really nice.
Patterning.
Yeah. So that's my car knitting, sock knitting, walking knitting at work kind of thing. And then Dylan always picks my next project. She'll stand on the bed and look at I'm down to 26 bags left. And she'll pick the next bag. So she picked a bag and it ended up being another shift. So this is how it's turning out. You haven't seen it yet, have you?
I haven't.
Isn't that lovely?
Yes, I like that. Oh, I like the colors.
Yeah.
Combos.
It's a lot more subdued than the other one was with the pink, but it's so much more me.
Yes.
So much more me.
Those are more your colors.
So the colors that I'm using, this is the Stonehenge fiber Crazy. No two are alike. So that is color B, right? Is that a B? Yep. Color A, I am getting dangerously low on, and I don't know if I'm going to have enough.
Oh!
I will probably, it needs to go through this next section, and then there's a section at the very end, which would be at the back of the cowl. So if I have to sub in another similar yarn, it won't be a big deal.
Right.
But this was a discontinued Classic Elite yak yarn. And it was the only skein I got. I got a bunch of skeins at Good Karma during our first yarn cruise. I got a bunch in like a burgundy color, and then just one skein of this olive-y color. Skein. Yeah. And then the other color I'm using is a Primrose Yarn Company. And I don't remember the name. It was one that I got as a potential substitution in my illumination sweater, and then I never needed to use it. So that is it. The cowl is coming along beautifully. It looks so nice.
I like that.
I love it. It's more subdued colors, which is totally me. And then I do have one other kind of whip going on right now. This is a charity knit for work. Now that I'm back in the office, I'm using some of the yarns that they have at the office to do up. And I took a bunch of my blankets in that I have been working on for the last 2 years. And now I'm finally able to get rid of them. And I found this one in there, and it was a little bit small. Like, it's not big enough to be a blanket, really. So what I've started
like a lap
to do...
quilt.
Yeah. And I want it to be a whole blanket kind of thing. So I have started making some extra squares, and I'm just going to put them around the outside.
Neat. Yeah.
So I'm going to do 3, 3, and then I'll do another square in the corner. But it's like just all kinds of, you can kind of see here where there's 2 different colors of blue there. Yeah. So I'm just going to use up a bunch of the similarly colored scraps. Yep. Cool. For some squares and finish that off. This is crocheting. I haven't crocheted in a very long time.
Gosh, I haven't in eons.
Yeah. So that is that. Those are my whips. that's it.
Wow.
Spinning.
None for me.
No spinning for you. I've had a lot of spinning. For those who don't know, I bit the bullet and I got myself an Eel Wheel 6.0. And I had met Maurice in Rhinebeck, and we talked about, Julie had given me a Nano that I've shown and talked about on here before. And he gave me a new motor for the Nano, even though it didn't need it. He had upgraded the motor, and so he gave me a free motor. And so when the 6 came back in stock, I jumped on it. I got myself one. I love it. I did have an issue with it, like the first skein of yarn I made with it. Something happened that the motor just pooped out, and he said it happens sometimes. I emailed him. He troubleshooted a few things with me, figured out that it's probably the motor. He sent me a motor, a circuit board, a new power pack, I mean, just this whole bag full of all these parts. And here, try this first. And I tried the motor and it worked. Yeah. And so now I have this
spare parts.
All these spare parts. So thank you, Maurice. Yeah. It's working lovely with the new motor. It's beautiful. I love it. Yeah. I love it. It's nice to just have it. I got a little rolling cart out in the living room, and it's nice to just have it there when I get frustrated with my knitting and I can do some spinning instead. So I'm still using the Louette. I still love her. She's my first wheel, and I will always love her. She is spinning alpaca right now. This alpaca.
Ooh, pretty.
Yeah, I'm almost done with that color.
Nice.
And then I've got 3 more colors in there.
Wow.
That I'm spinning 4 different bobbins and then plying it together for a 4-ply worsted.
Nice. And
that 4-ply worsted will go with this mustard merino. This actually is DK. I'm hoping that that's going to be a light worsted.
This is a 4-ply?
Yeah, this is 3-ply.
Oh, okay. I was like, holy moly.
Yeah. No, this is 3-ply.
Still.
I actually spun it on 3 bobbins, and it's a true 3-ply. It's not chain plied. It's actually actual 3 bobbin plied.
That is.
And that's merino. That was
spinning threads.
2 pounds of merino from Belfast Mini Mills in Canada. Can't remember what part of Canada. I know they're in Canada. I can't remember where. They were part of the OIFF. So spinning. I don't know if I think I shared this last time.
Yes, I think we talked about the drape.
Yes. This one is Paradise Fibers Corriedale Cross. I dyed it with Country Classics dye, Jet Black, Mountain Aqua, and Sugar Plum. And I kind of random dyed the roving, and then I split the roving in half, spun 1/2 on one spindle, then I took the other half and I split it 6 times, I think, and did it on another bobbin, and then plied it together. I was going for a spin cycly look.
I think you got it.
Yeah, I think I did too. So that is it.
Pretty.
Yeah, it turned out really nice. This one was one that Samantha liked the colors. She suggested the colors, and Lincoln named it. He named it Ocean Heart.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So, it spun up to 16 wraps per inch, fingering weight, 2-ply, 94 grams.
Nice.
258 yards.
Cool.
And then this one is some Rolags that I got from Free Range Fiber Studio. There are her I'm gonna have to get closer. There are her details. And I found these Rolags at Machias Fiber Festival. They were Polworth, Silk, Firestar, and Bamboo. Hand spun yarns and fibers. So I spun 2-ply, 16 wraps per inch, fingering 457 yards, 128 grams. And they were such beautiful Rolags. And I literally just did there were 9 Rolags. So I did 4.5 on one bobbin, 4.5 on the other. And I had just this wee little bit left that I chain plied into a little mini skein. And then this is a Paradise. I don't have any tags on these yet. I haven't weighed or measured or whatever. This was Paradise Fibers November Fiber of the Month Club. I cannot remember the colorways. Oopsie. We just lost a light.
Yeah.
So that, I think this was like Forest Glen and something else. I honestly don't remember. I'll have more details hopefully next time, but I think they're going to come out to DK.
DK? Yeah. Looks like it.
I think that's what I was going for, was a DK. And this is going to be a cowl, a gingham cowl. And then last but not least is Corriedale Cross that I dyed in a colorway I called Smoke. It was literally jet black left over in a pot, and I used this skein I used this
dye mop
fiber as a mop. But it came out with a nice gray smoky color.
Yes, it did. I love that gray.
And this one I have not measured the yardage on either, so it looks like it's going to be fingering.
Yeah, I would say.
Yeah. So that's spinning on my wheel, on that wheel, the E wheel, the 6.0. I have another Paradise Fibers yarn. I think it's merino and silk. I am spinning. There's a red, a green, and a white, and I'm spinning the red first, then the white, then the green, and I split the fiber, so I'm doing 2 separate bobbins, but I'm going to chain ply the bobbins to get 2 worsted weight yarns, and then I'm going to knit mittens out of them.
Oh, nice.
And the box came with yak down that I'm going to use to thrum the mittens.
Ooh.
Yes, I've not thrummed.
Those are going to be roasty toasties.
Yes. They had a thrummed hat pattern too. So, but I decided to do the mittens instead. I think I would use the mittens more than I would. They're thrummed fingerless mittens. They have a flap.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I have a thrummed mittens kit that I need to do someday.
Yeah. It's one of the things on my...
Yeah.
I want to check off and do.
Yeah.
Is thrumming technique.
Yep.
So that's it for my spinning.
Cool.
Acquisitions. I have a few, but I've been talking forever, so it's your turn.
Okay. I have very few. I have, so Madeline Tosh, if you sign up for their newsletter and all those good things, give them your birthday. They send you an email in your birthday month for a discount.
Oh, cool.
So they had a discount. I went out and snagged me a skein of yarn with my discount. So yeah, it's Mad Tosh.
Pretty.
Mad Tosh, whoops, get up here. Woolen cotton. And this one is hydroponic. This is a DK, I think is what I went with.
Looks DK.
Yeah, it's 219 yards and 100 grams, so I think that's DK. Craft Yarn Council of America number 3 light.
Number 3 light.
Yeah, and I loved the colors. The turquoise, of course, is my colors.
Yeah.
And then you've got the pinks, the purples.
That is so
There's even some greens in there and some golds.
I love this.
Yeah. Yep. And it's really soft. A wool and cotton blend. I thought, I might make me a pair of shorty summer socks.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the idea behind them and behind it anyway. I also got my Row 1 yarn. Love this. You need to subscribe to this. Telling you. I don't need more minis. I solved that problem last year. But I can't resist.
They're so cute.
So good. Look how pretty. These are just such pretty colors. It's the back. Oh, glare.
They'd be so pretty, just like knit up into funky colored socks. Like,
yeah, I mean they're kind of a curated collection each month when you get them, but not necessarily. They could be used any old way.
You could Roy G. Biv.
Yeah,
a really cute pair of socks with that. I mean, look, seriously, it's
all the
so
colors.
rainbowy.
Yeah,
it would make really cute Roy G. Biv socks.
Yep. And each month that you get a little bag in there, it's got a sheet that tells you more about the featured yarn company this year. This month was Superfine Yarn Co. And every one of the little minis is labeled, so you know who the yarn company was and what colorway it is.
Oh, nice. So
So
if you want a full skein, you know.
You know what that colorway is, and
That's
you can go out and see if you can find it. They also give you some little goodies too, usually candy of some sorts and a cute little stitch marker of some kind. So
yeah,
it's very well thought out. There's a lot of work goes into that. All those little tiny mini skeins, labeling each one of those little skeins, putting together the sheet to tell you about the dyer, and it's a really good value too. So I've been very happy with it. I think I heard about them first from Crazy Sock Lady.
Yeah.
And she was raving about how good it was. So had to try it, and I totally agree. And then I got a little something from a sock machine. This is Lycra. You're not going to be able to see. It's finer than a thread.
Yeah, it is.
It's
like having a ply.
Yes.
A very thin lace weight ply to add to your yarn.
Yeah, I think they call it cobweb. So it definitely, when you stretch it, it's like a little strand of cobweb. But it's very elastic. I mean, this is where the end is. I don't know if you can see, that's where the end is right now, and it will really stretch. So, and then this is a little attachment that goes on the arm of my circular sock machine so that the Lycra can run separately from the yarn and ply with it. I got that because I have so much fingering yarn already that I'm trying to use up with the sock machine. I like the Good Karma Farm. They're doing yarn now with the Lycra plied in it, and I have a cone of that to try, but I wanted to go ahead and get the Lycra so I can incorporate it with some of my existing yarn too.
Yeah. Try it out with your... Yep. What you got?
And that's it. I've been pretty good for over a month.
You have been, considering our last...
Oh, the last one was ridiculous.
And we were so rushed in our last one because we were trying a new setup. And we had to really rush through a lot of acquisition.
Yes.
I don't have a whole lot, but I did get a little bit. During Knit Vent, I won a prize from Helen Stewart. And
I haven't seen this
You
yet.
haven't. She so it was a $25 gift certificate to the yarn store of my choosing. So I chose to go to it wasn't Webs, it was Knit Picks.
Oh, okay.
I think
Jimmy Beans?
No, it was this one was Knit Pick. This one was Webs, I believe. Yarn.com, that's Webs.
Yes, that's Webs.
Yes.
Yep.
So I got a $25 gift certificate to Webs, and I went on and I wanted to make the most of my $25. So I went to their discount bin.
There you go.
And I found some beautiful discontinued colorway of Shibui Knits Silk Cloud
Word.
Mohair Silk Blend. And
this color is stunning.
So pretty. I don't know if that is coming off.
It's coming out just a tiny bit orange, I think, but it really is more like hot fuchsia.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So I thought...
Oh, back here is more accurate.
Yeah.
With it back here, that's much more accurate color.
I thought I would try a ranunculus.
Ooh.
In a mohair.
Yeah.
For a really light, summery over a tank top sweater.
Nice.
So
that is beautiful.
It's not going up in the 26 because I don't want to add anything to the 26, but that's its intent. So I bought with intention, and I'm proud of that.
Yes. You did good. That's gorgeous. This
next one was not quite as intense. It was semi-intentional. So I'm nearly out of dishcloth cotton, and I also want to try to knit some cotton dish towels. I also have a bunch of books that have knitting patterns in them that I would like to actually do. One of them being hold on.
Bless you.
Excuse me. One of them being the Harry Potter set of dishcloths. There's 7 that are, is it 7? That's the Horcruxes. It's got the lightning bolt for Harry, the diadem, the cup, the ring, the book, and Nagini. 6 Horcruxes. Was there 6?
I don't remember.
Anyway, I wanted to do all the Horcruxes dishcloths. So I went out on Knit Picks and I bought a bunch of cotton yarn. So I believe these are the ones. Yeah, these are the colors for the Horcruxes.
Nice.
And then, of course, when you start buying yarn, you got to get the free shipping, right?
Mm-hmm. So got to add enough to get that.
Yeah. So I got a few more that I thought would make nice towels. So I got 2 of these because I want to make towels and washcloths that match. And then this one was just darn pretty.
Yeah. That one's
and then
my fave.
These.
Ooh, I like that gray and white.
Yeah. And a pink.
Nice.
I thought that would make a nice face cloth for Dylan.
Mm-hmm.
And then these, I think, are going to make the nice towels.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So I think those are going to be kitchen towels. So again, it's semi-intentional. Did I need it? No. But, and then because I had to get the free shipping, I needed like a couple more things. So I went to their bargain bin and they had this bulky weight.
Ooh, Mighty Stitch.
Mighty Stitch. Super soft, bulky weight.
And it's acrylic, but it's so soft.
Yeah.
That's what I've used for kids'
bark.
mittens.
That's what I was thinking was mittens for the kids.
Yeah.
So that's it. I've been pretty good actually, and that was actually purchased like right after our last podcast. So I haven't purchased anything in a long time. I did get a few things at Done Roving when we went up for the crank-in. I got some caramels. Oh my God, they were so McRae's. I think that's what it's called.
I think that's what they are.
Oh my word, those were yummy.
Yeah.
So yummy.
The one with the rosemary in it. Wasn't that interesting?
Yeah. My favorite though was the
it.
ginger infusion.
It was good, but I'm trying to remember what.
You probably like the one with the salt.
No, I actually liked the one with
the whiskey.
Yeah. Was it Scotch or was it bourbon?
Yeah, Scotch. I think it was
Scotch.
I think it was Scotch. Yeah, like a malt whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was good.
But they have like a black salt.
Yep, black lava sea salt. That was good.
That was really good. I like that.
That was.
Yep. Yep. I got that, and then I got this balmy stuff, like hand cream kind of stuff called Every Nook and Cranny.
Yeah.
I love that stuff. Oh my gosh.
Yep.
It goes everywhere with me, and I'm constantly putting it. I'll put it on my hands.
Yep.
And then I'll put a little more on, and I'll put it on even on my face. And it's just, it smells so good. It makes your skin so soft.
Yep. They had a little goodie bag, and they had a little tin that had, I think it's similar to that. They called it Nookie Bomb.
It's amazing.
It's
I
good
love
stuff.
the stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that was it. I think it was all I got up there. Oh no, I did get a little a soap dish, a bamboo soap dish for my shower. Yep. That's it. That's all I've had. I've been a good girl. So that's it. I think so. Swift's, FO's, acquisitions, up and coming events.
Yeah, we did that.
All right. Well, if you hung out with us for the whole hour and 20 minutes, bless you. Yes. So we will see you next month. We'll try to get together a little bit more frequently. It's really, really hard with our schedules, but I miss this.
Yeah.
I miss doing the...
Yeah.
Yeah. So next video will probably be our adventure, fiber frolic adventure. So
probably, yeah.
So I think my grandbabies are here, so we'll wrap it up. So if people want to find us individually on social media, Julie, where can they find you?
I am jules.makes on Instagram and Facebook, and Jules Larrabee on Ravelry.
I am Nana. What am I? I'm Nana's _house15 on Instagram, Nana's house15 on Ravelry. That's all the places that I am. So thanks again for joining. We really appreciate it. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, subscribe, and hit the bell so you can join us whenever we upload again.
Yep.
And until next time, stay
Stay
nutty
nutty
and keep knitting.
knitting.
Bye.
Bye.